Hi guys, I did a video some time back about my Dual Dawes system which was installed around 5 years ago. It worked well at the time, improving fuel eco around town and under low load on the highway. After a lot of changes to the truck, I'm now running 21 psi on the high side and 12 psi on the low. This is up from the original 16 and 10. The problem with the old system was EGT out on the highway. You had to keep an eye on it when in low boost, as it would creep up quite easily. I've just returned from a 2000k round trip to Pecolbin, during which I did a lot of testing on the return trip up through the mountainous New England highway. In the first half, I left it in high boost with needle valve closed and achieved 12.2 litres per 100k. On the second leg, I left it in high but played with the needle valve opening. I settled on 1.5 turns open after a bit of playing. This still allowed boost to reach maximum, but at a much slower rate, so no EGT worries. From Glen Innes to the Sunshine Coast via Toowoomba, I got 10.1 litres per 100k. That was very pleasing, and 2 litre 100k saving. When I got home, I looked at many ways to automate the setup, but each has a disadvantage, so I decided to keep it simple and basically use what I had. I removed the second doors, but I used the solenoid, which was used to control it, to control the line to the needle valve, which is set at 1.5 turns open permanently. But this can be adjusted on the fly from inside the cabin. The vacuum runs from the pump through to the Dawes valve. It then runs over to this T, and that T goes to the VNT turbo controller. The other side of the T goes back to that solenoid. Now when my switch on the dash is off, this solenoid is off, so there is no air being bled in. The moment I turn that switch on the dash, this opens that and allows this to bleed air into the VNT, which slows the spool up. My needle valve no longer returns to the airbox resonator. I have a line off the needle valve terminated in the cabin, and I use a small pneumatic exhaust filter to filter the air. I'll add a schematic of the system to the video. I think it's worth a look for those interested in improvements, and I don't think you need to have very high boost to achieve some savings. I do most of my driving now in low spool mode, only going to high when I want a bit more grunt. The second benefit to me has been in my water meth injection. With the high cost of methanol up here, I find I can manipulate water meth usage to as low as 0.8 litres per 100k through using the low spool mode, meaning it is harder to reach the injection set point, but it is there when I absolutely need it. Anyway, something to think about. Thanks guys. Bye.